I don't know what I'm talking about. Meteorologist Damon Matson here with the check of your forecast. Damon, it feels good to have sunny skies. And I think it's interesting that we're also seeing some haze because of those wildfires.
Yeah, we had a lot more of it yesterday. So I think today we've pulled back on it. But I mean, it's still noticeable, obviously, in the sky there. But it isn't going to stop those temps.
It's warming up.
You ready to break out the fans, whatever you need to stay cool?
I stay with my fans all year long.
All right, me too. Me too. Once we get into these 80s, it's a different story for me, at least. But hey, folks, first off, let's talk about that haze that is lingering out there. Like I mentioned, we had that thicker plume of smoke and haze coming from those Canadian wildfires there in that darker shade of gray. It lingered through the night last night for a bit of time, and it's still nearby at least, but with southerly winds starting to develop as we pull in more of that warm and humid air from the south, this will kick out a lot of that thicker haze back off to the north, and we will see less of it throughout the day. Now, as far as air quality concerns go, overall, we're doing fine. We do still have a little bit of a lower air quality as you head out into the higher terrain closer to where some of that more dense smoke and haze is located in parts of Ohio up toward Michigan. But all in all, we're staying on the fringes of that enough that air quality won't be a big time problem. You'll just see that haze still higher up in the sky. But all in all here, we are wedged between high pressure that is well off to our south and east at this point and an approaching front that will play a role in how things shape up for this weekend. This is creating sort of a funnel, allowing more of that warm, humid air from the south to funnel right into parts of the DMV here today, and that's why our temperatures will be spiking as much as they do later this afternoon. But like we saw yesterday, if we have a little more of that haze in the sky, we won't get quite as warm as we possibly could. But hey, at least in the meantime, we're mostly in the lower to middle 80s at this point. DC, one of the only exceptions here, still in the upper 70s, but it's not going to be long before DC joins in with the rest of the DMV jumping into those 80s. And here's where the difference is made as well. Dew points, they're no longer in the 40s and 50s in that comfortable range. They have made it up into the 60s. So, oh yes, we're feeling some of that classic June mugginess across the DMV that we usually have to get used to heading into these summertime months. So keep that in mind. The mugginess factor will be around, and that being the case with temperatures set to make it into the upper 80s, oh, it is going to feel a lot more like a summertime day out there before all is said and done. Now, again, there is the chance, if we have less haze in the sky, that we do push up and hit that 90-degree mark in parts of the DMV. That would be the first time in 2025 we hit 90 degrees, but it's just going to be a wait and see game at this point. We will be very close regardless. Overnight tonight, once again, our overnight temperatures do not drop as much. They'll mostly be in the lower 60s as we start out the day on Thursday. Now, we're going to make another run tomorrow into the upper 80s, perhaps near 90, but the one catch with this is that clouds are going to be rolling back into the picture. Not haze any longer, clouds. And as that happens, it is more likely that we do stay in the 80s, not quite hitting 90 degrees. And those increasing clouds are a sign of things to come. Showers and storms will be rolling in late Friday, and then it looks like it could get a bit stormy on Saturday. I know the Pride Parade, a lot is happening to kick off the weekend. Saturday, we'll have to watch as things could get a little bit soggy and stormy.
All right, Damon, we'll stay